to this video. It's Fiona Masterson from the Learning Reservoir. In this video, I'll explain to you what is ISO 14001-2015. This ISO standard 14001 is an internationally recognized standard for environmental management systems. Within it, it sets out the criteria for establishing, implementing, maintaining and improving an effective EMS within a business. What is an environmental management system? Well, having an environmental management system means that your system, your environmental system, when it's in place, will help minimize the harmful effects that your activities might have in your business on the environment. It helps make you applicable to regulatory environmental requirements and helps you focus on improving your environmental performance on an ongoing basis. It's a generic standard. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means it can be applied to any organization. If you're a small business, you can implement ISO 14001, or if you're a large business. You can be in any sector. You can be in the banking sector, you can be in the manufacturing sector, you could be a butcher, you could be a restaurant, you still could implement 14001. Well, what does it look like? Well, it contains 10 clauses, and these are: Clause 1 outlines the scope of the standard, Clause 2 refers to normative references, Clause 3 covers terms and definitions used within the standard, Clause 4 talks about the context of the organisation, Clause 5 covers leadership, Clause 6 covers planning, Clause 7 looks at support, Clause 8 covers operations, Clause 9 covers performance evaluation, and Clause 10 looks at improvement. So it follows the plan, do, check, act concept in quality management, where you plan something, you do it, you check that you've done it, and then you act upon it. So clauses 1 to 3 are the introductory clauses, and we're going to have a little deeper dive into clauses 4 to 10. So clause 4 covers the context of the organization, which basically means is you need to figure out, well, what business are you in? Who are the stakeholders involved in your business? What is the context of your organization? So it's setting the solid foundation by getting you to understand your business. What are the expectations of the people involved in your business? What's the scope going to be of your environmental management system? Do you have warehouses? Will that be covered in your plan for your environmental management system, for example? Or do you have a small site? What exactly is covered? Clause 5 covers leadership. Here, what Clause 5 wants you to ensure that your top management is on board regarding a commitment to having a environmental management system in place in your organization. This is so important because top management sets the tone for the whole organization. A key requirement within Clause 4 is that there is environmental policy written up by management that outlines you as a leadership team or a leadership person, your commitment to environmental protection. Clause 6 covers planning. So again, plan, do, check, act. In order to succeed, you need to plan, and that is covered in Clause 6. Clause 6 focus on planning for your environmental management system. An important topic within and the concept within 14001 is this concept of environmental aspects. So you have to identify your environmental aspects, and that is found within Clause 6. Well, what are environmental aspects? And this is a fundamental requirement within ISO 14001. Well, environmental aspects are basically the activities of your business that can have a positive or negative effect on the environment. That is what an environmental aspect is. So your activities can have positive or negative. So in a positive effect on the environment, it might be water conservation measures that you undertake in your business. Perhaps you use sustainable materials in your packaging and so on. That would be a positive environmental aspect. Perhaps you use renewable energy sources. That would be a positive environmental aspect. So within Clause 6, you have to identify your environmental aspects and identify if they're positive or negative. What are negative environmental aspects? These are the things that has an adverse effect on the environment from your business. For example, maybe you generate waste, maybe you might potentially cause water pollution, there might be packaging waste. So they're negative environmental aspects. So you have to identify those as per the requirements of Clause 6 planning. So environmental aspects have to be identified, but some of them are more significant than others. And 14,001 wants you to determine the significance of all those environmental aspects. What is the impact of them? What is the risk? And by doing that, what you do? Well, you can prioritize what you're going to go after. So again, you're planning here, or plan, do, check, act cycle. You're analysing the things in your business that can impact your environment. And 14,001 is driving to do that. That's why it's such a good standard. It's making you zone in on those things that has an impact on the environment in a positive way and a negative, and to determine, well, what is the risk of those different aspects in relation to the environment, and helps you prioritize which ones you're going to tackle first. Obviously the ones that cause the most damage to the environment you're going to go after first. So that is required. You have to do that in order to be in compliance with 14,001. So very, very important, your environmental aspects. Clause 7 covers support, and here we're looking at that a business has to determine what the resources, the competence, the awareness, all those things that are involved in implementing and maintaining the EMS effectively. That has to be looked at. And your communication, how are you going to do internal communication to your employees and to your external communication to your stakeholders about your EMS, and what are the documentation documents that are going to relate to your EMS, how are you going to create them, how are you going to update them, how are you going to control them. All of those things are covered under Clause 7. Clause 8 covers operations. So this pertains to the implementation of process to achieve your environmental objectives, including the control of your environmental aspects, emergency preparedness, and response, for example. So that's your operations clause, Clause 8. Clause 9 covers performance evaluation. Again, plan, do, check, act, control. And here you're required to monitor the effectiveness of your EMS, your environment management system. Measure it, analyze, determine how is it doing, how can you improve it, and embed a concept of continued improvement in your EMS. You'll have to do internal audits of your EMS program. You'll have to have a management review of your EMS program. So you're continually monitoring, checking what's going on, and out of that you should be identifying improvement opportunities, and that's covered within Clause 10. So where can you improve? Do you have any non-conformities? How do you control those? How do you do root cause analysis on environmental issues, and so on? And you'll be proactive from an improvement point of view, and that's included in Clause 10. And that concludes this short video about what is ISO 14001. I hope I've given you a good understanding of the standard. If you need help with implementing it or need further information or training on it, please reach out to us at thelearningreservoir.com.